me cut this one and share. So let's go to the one that I had somebody reach out and ask me about NQ. And so they were looking at NQ and I was like, I want to find the math. So I'm always about the numbers. So right now, NQ's ATR is 507. My number is 118. So if we take that 507, most of you guys worked with me, we take half of that ATR. But NQ moves a little bit slower, and we've already got 100% of that move, but I'm gonna take a fourth of that. So I'm gonna divide it by 4. It's gonna give us 126. So we're kind of in between like 110 and 130 right now. If I take, and again, I'm still back testing this, but just follow me. Here's our support. Even if we're not taking the wick and we took the body of the trade, I still like the wick. Let's start right here. So we got 126. If we took that low and we're getting that return as 126, the low was 24,773 plus 126. That would put us at 24,899. So if I come here, 24,899, a little under, we're going to just say 2,400. If I gave y'all that level, and I'm going to make it dotted for you so you can see the distinction. Every time you got here and you went for this target, whether that's strike or range, that's giving you a nice profit target. What we're seeing is the rejection at 24,885. So again, it rejected here. There's the wick. We got a lower high. So I would come in. I'm still getting a range of where price action is moving to. Lower high here, coming back and testing this range again. I assume that NQ will come back and test this kind of 24,899, 24,900, because that's a range of this fourth incremental that it's doing. Why it works, I don't know. It just works. If we take it from this mark here, let's say you saw the peak of this high and we got that level and we had 25,123. And we go minus, again, I was doing 118, even if I do my 126, that's going to be 2,505. There's our level, there's our psychological incremental at 2,500, and I gave you 2,505. You would have been right in between there. Say that one breaks again, we subtract another 118 for your next range. That was 24,887. 24,887. Right on that support line. I haven't marked these. These are just the levels that doing incremental math. 24,887 minus 118. 24,769. If you got the 24,769, boom, I'm a little under where that wick was to that level. But if that was your target and I gave you just that direct math, what do we need? So again, I've been in my own bag. I almost don't need this. So if I disappear for a minute, it's because I've learned it and figured it out. I don't need the candlesticks. There's a client was on my call who's hard of seeing, and I asked them how do they trade, and I was like, maybe that'll be my next thing I try to teach you guys is how do you trade without reading the chart. There are two traders I know. One's in Discord. They don't use the charting. They use something else. I'm like, if I can just use the math, if you see the numbers, you see it, you hear it, something alerts you and say, here's the high, and I give you the mathematical problem of what to take it or subtract from it, and you trade to that zone, you'll be profitable. But again, I'm still working on the back testing, but I wanted to share with you guys
before we got into watch any position.
Yeah. Did that go over everybody's head? Does it kind of make sense? Are y'all kind of catching what I'm putting down? And this is informal, so y'all can hop off mute or you can drop in the chat. Y'all let me know if that made any sense. Y'all gonna be quiet on me today. Okay, I'll talk to myself. Anybody? You can come off mute or drop in the chat. If it made sense, one, If it didn't make it to, okay, think about it. Okay, cool. At least some feedback. So this is literally just using math to trade. I showed y'all the quarter incrementals on SPX. We're still using those. So let's take it quarter incrementals. There's our, it's not quite on the line. Let's make this very neat. So if we're trading at 67.75, our next target is going to be 6,800. You can see it's struggling to get there. Remember, when we're in a range. You can see it. There's our range. We've stayed in this quarter incremental since 11:30. We had the upper, let's see, what was that? The 50. There's that quarter incremental there. Once we broke under the quarter, where's our next profit target? It's going to be 68.25. So 6825. And again, I don't have any indicators on right now. All we're using is math. 68.50, 68.25, broke 68.25. Where's our next target? 6,800. We go 6,800, 6,800 break. Where's our next target? 68.75. 68.75 is that line. If we had a broke, the next target would be 67.75, 67.50 if we broke this. We're not breaking it. So my next move, it will look like this U pattern up to 6,800. We have a little resistance, maybe 68.10. So I'm already seeing where the price action is moving, where we're staying in between. And again, if we get a close under our 68, where this little resistance area, that's going to be super helpful. I also like to look at, we can put VWAP on, but this is just regular math. Before you start looking at SPX, once the day starts, we can come back to the opening candle. How do I know what the price action of the opening candle was? I'm sitting on the candle. If you move your eyes up here, there's an O and it tells me the opening candle. So if we open at 68.51, my upside is going to be 68.75, that quarter incremental. To my downside, I'm going to be 68.50 and 68.25. Right down to that incremental. Could not hold below. Pushes back up. Now we have our resistance line right here. It pulls down, wants to come and test it. We couldn't test it. So if it does it once, we usually get a second opportunity to exit. So if you were in this trade and you risk it and you held through it, hold, you're going to get that second opportunity to exit. Some people can't hold. If you're doing prop firms, don't hold through it. Respect your stop. But if you're trading your own capital and you can absorb that drawdown, look for those incrementals because we did not get a close above 68.25. So what are we going to do? Come back down and test it. Came back down, tested that 6,800. We break 6,800. It's going to be 6,775. It's math. I don't even have the indicators on, and we're just talking through the process of how price action is working in quarter incrementals. Look at the move. Look at the move. I just broke down where this thing is going. Going to hit that target, and we have resistance right here at 68.10. So I'm teaching. Did anybody take that? Did y'all see it? Anybody grab it? Somebody tell me. I missed the beginning. Where did the 118 came from for NQ? I was tracking ATR and I took a fourth of the ATR instead of the half because it moves a little bit slower. So I took a fourth of the NQ last week. Ms. Raj was having me look at it, and that 118 was a fourth of the ATR on NQ. Please don't make me talk to myself, guys. Y'all can come off mute. I know some people are at work, but hop off mute. Talk to me. We're gonna hit
That's
6,800. Someone was gonna say something.
no, I'm saying trying to get it, trying to understand. I'm just getting in from working, so trying to.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, just any feedback. Just tell me, y'all watching, listening. Y'all see it. I gave y'all the level. We marked it. Where is the retest? Where is our next resistance? Am I in the trade? No, no one's asking. But when I'm teaching you guys, I can't trade at the same time. It's too much to look at the chart, read y'all, get in my own play. So that's why I'm not doing it every day. I'm gonna make my money too, but I can walk y'all through the play.
Mm-hmm. This is the same thing that you did last week.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, because I paid for the video. I was on vacation, so I haven't had time to really sit down and study it. But yeah, I'll go over the video and it'll probably make a lot more sense since I have the
Yep.
recording.
This is a piggyback off the video, and most of the people on the call have either gone through the video first, and now this is me helping them kind of visualize what we're looking at and getting into the play in real time. I gave that offer to everybody. If they took the class and I got the testimonial videos, I would give opportunities for us to trade live and instead of just doing bar replays. Y'all see the targets. Y'all see the math. You see it moving. We had 6875. I'm sorry, 6775. Our next target was going to be 6800. Next quarter incremental is going to be 6825. Will it have enough steam at the end of the day? I don't know because we do have resistance right here at 6810. April's been trading using the levels. Miss Ross has been using the levels and practicing the play. I can't see who else is on the call. If you've taken the SPX class already, and I'm showing you, does this make sense? Is this increasing confusion or helping break down the strategy? Nobody. Okay. And I'm on the 5. Once we see that close, we can drop down to the 1 so you can see what those candles are doing so you're not stressed out in that 5-minute candle. Remember, I look at the 5 just to get the trend. So on the 5, if I'm just down here on this 1, this is too much anxiety. You're like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, I'm out. That doesn't tell you, but if I'm up on my 5, I get a good clean picture of where the trend is going. Once I have the trend, I can jump down to the 1 and get my entry. Still confused. Okay, Felicia, we're gonna work on it because again, SPX moves very fast, but we're starting with the quarter incrementals. Whatever day it is, we use those quarter incrementals. 6800, 6825, 6850, those 900. Once we get closer toward the end of the day, we're looking at the strike prices that are within those $5 incrementals. Let's see if a bar chart will give us this contract so we can watch it. Let's go SPX. I had 6,800. Let's actually grab that 6810 and probably 6825. A little bit. I think these are delayed though. Let's look at 6810. I'm gonna just open the chart so we can see it. I have to step down and put this on a 5-minute, and we want to open up candlesticks. So a little delayed here. So that about 115 there. Let's go to Webull and look at those SPX contracts between 6,800, 6,810. 6,800, 6,810. Remember, I said we can stay within about 4 strikes. 6820 is a little off in our 6825. I'd want to stay right here, but they're still kind of pricey. Today was a more volatile day, so these are a bit pricey. So we can kind of paper trade this. If you haven't traded, we can definitely paper trade from here. So what we're doing is we're gonna spot the time at 2:15, and we're gonna pick a contract. You pick whichever one fits your budget. Whether we're going calls or puts, we're gonna look at 6805. We're gonna look right here between 6790. 6,800 and 6790 and 6,800 to 6815 for the paper trade. It's 215, so let's take 6810. I spotted mine at 570. let's see where that 570 contract goes. This is the contract I'm spotting. I'm looking at it and watching 570. Remember, I don't have a stop loss on. I'm watching it and give it 30-40%. When we get that return, we're gonna get out. Looks like it's moving backwards on us. And this moves fast. If you're not quite there yet, again, the paper trading will calm your nerves more than sitting in the trade. That thing moves so fast. It went 630 and now it's already down $70. Let me go back down on my 1 minute so I can see these candles. So what is this telling us? This is showing us indecisiveness. For this to be a good play for us, we need a candle to close above 6,800 or below 6,800, not just the week. So if this closes below that support, there goes our put range in here. We want a candle to close. I won't spot it just yet. We probably wait for 220 so we can see if a candle close under for more confirmation. Now this is clean without VWAP. We cut VWAP on. Where are we sitting? There's VWAP sitting up here, 68.13. Where is that contract going back to? 68.10, 450, down almost $100. You have to be patient trading this range. There's the candle close. So again, this is why I'm saying you don't have to have a tight stop because it can weak you out. And you'll be like, dang, I saw it going there and it stomped me out. So still looking at that 68.10. It is still down. And we're looking for a close above or below that range. I'm not paper trading on week. I'm actually using paper. Like I literally just wrote it down. If it's you're probably gonna get a delayed result if you're trading in Webull. So you can take the trade in that paper trade account, or you can just write it down like me, and we watch that price action. This needs way more volume than what it's doing. This is the upper target. We might not get that push until closer to 230 because it's indecisive above the 6,800. That's what we need to see. We need to see that close above that 6,800. That's our first resistance. 68.10. Second is going to be about 68.14. But this looks still bullish. There's our 68.10. We are back in play. So just in between those 215 to 218, this contract lost about $100. If you can't stomach that, the SPX setup may not be for you, but it is moving back. It did get back in profit. To get another boost, it is going to go, and we have our target levels to the upside. Again, my mark was it's okay. It's up 100, so I marked it up 30. I marked it at 570, 620, 640. Boom, boom, boom. There it goes. And we should be able to get our 68.10 out of that. But that contract is now in profit. 68.10. We saw it at 570, up to 700, 730. Got it. Okay. Anybody get in this call? Anybody paper trade it? Anybody write it down? Following me? Anybody? We're at 700. All right. Paper trade, great, Danielle. Follow that trade. Oh, we got a drop. That thing pulled back. So we did get a close over. We're seeing the resistance now. Still pushing. So again, if you didn't exit, we get a second opportunity. We don't panic. Let it pump back up. They got to find some buyers. Let's see if we have some fair value gaps in here. Yep. See them buyers, see the buyers, see the buyers. Yeah, I want 68.10, but this thing, it's got to push because sellers are trying to sell this thing back down. The resistance was at 68.10. Let me go back up on the 5. You see that resistance line? And maybe if I bring it right to the wick, oh, we probably shouldn't have been greedy on the wick. 68.08 was a little bit closer. There is the wick right at the body. I took the wick of these candles instead of the body, but let's see if we get, we're having one red candle. We're still in the bar countdown, still 3.5 more minutes. So we should be able to get another push up. This requires patience. We're back at entry or break even. Fair value gaps. That's the fair value gap indicator. There we go. This is that dauntless. Make sure you got your finger on the trigger to exit when we hit it, because this might spike and pull back. But we got $2 more we're looking to grab out of there. If it doesn't take off and jump to the next one, we're still up 100, or we just crossed over $100 profit, and that was literally probably 7 minutes. Come on, get the volume. It just needs to push one more time, and it should be able to tag that 68.10. We're getting there. It almost had it. Man, they keep selling it down. Almost there, Dartlings. I'm probably saying that wrong. There we go. Come on, 68.09. 50 more cents, 60 more cents. Come on. God damn it. We see the money sitting there, but it's in the wick. Did you take? Let's see if it'll go one more time. That thing is stressing right there. It's still profit. It's still in profit. Let's see if it's going to take one more push. Please be ready to take the profit. Might have to take that. Is it going to do it that time? 68.10. Do we get it? There you go, 68.10. There we go. We're going to hit that. It's going to make 68.13. Donald, are you still in? Or are you taking it out? That contract is up $300 now. $300 in less than 10 minutes, and it is still going at, that went from 570 to 870, and boom, it did get target. We wanted 68.10. Next target 68.13, and whatever it does after that, we're clean out of the way, because 68.25 might be a stretch. Just so beautiful. What was your percent? What's that profit? Tell me what you got, because it went there. Oh, we got more buyers coming back in. Whew. It can be stressful, but I be wanting y'all to see what I be going through trying to tell y'all to trade. Good job. Great job. Great job. 75%. What was the total? You got 75% on the play. What was your total profit? Because we literally I didn't start the call at 2. We started at 2:15 looking at the trade, and now at 2:24. Beautiful. Not bad. Oh, you took 68.30. Okay. 68.30. I was looking at the 68.10. They got the 68.30 out of the money, but it was still profitable with the volatility and the momentum, up $60. So beautiful, beautiful play. $60, even if you were out the money, if you're in the money, it's still running. It's probably gonna hit probably 50%. That thing is gone. Beautiful to our range. No panic and pullback, holding, test, next target. 68.25. I doubt it could get to back up to standard deviation one, but we see the pattern consolidation, V recovery. That's the tap out right there. I took a small position, but was very insightful. Thank you. Paper traded up 470. Danielle, beautiful paper trade. Beautiful paper trade. I'm gonna slide over here on ES. If we had took ES off the 67, 75 up to 6,800, tag that, and that was at where's two? So at two, we were looking at 67.87, 6,800, and lower band one's target, TP1, TP2 there. If we did NQ from support, there was my NQ right there. I told y'all 24,900 on NQ. It tagged that. So doesn't matter what instrument. It doesn't matter if you can read the chart. We can trade ES. We can trade NQ. We can trade SPY. We can trade SPX. Here's SPY. If we were looking at SPY, target holding above 676, we would go up. We're looking at VWAP and resistance. So VWAP 679. Even if you took the $2 incremental on 676, you could have took 677, 678, or 679. Psychological 680. 680 has been the psychological for several weeks now, and right up to target. So any of those tickers would have printed. Oh, no problem. For sure, for sure. Do we meet today? Oh, yeah, we meet today. I think we meet today. Yeah. The pattern is not significant to power. Well, this setup is significant to power hour. Can it be used throughout the day? Yes, with the quarter incrementals and with VWAP. I just did it specifically for power hour for those people who don't have time to look at the market throughout the day, but they can like take a lunch break and trade a power hour and be able to do this. But it's based off the volatility. We're either trading in the morning, getting out the way, doing lunch, or getting the target levels for lunch, and then trading the volatility move at the end of the day. Mm, 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 mm. Should have stayed in, but couldn't be mad at that. You can't, again, it can stress you out once it hits your target, and kind of getting that push because I felt like we could get it just mathematically. We could hit 68.10. Now we have the next setup. It's 2:30. What's going to be the next setup? We're either going to close over 68.10 and make another push for 68.25, or we're going to reject here back down to 6,800. So we had the first move of the hour. And again, sometimes you only need those few minutes. Again, the closer to the strike, the more premium you're going to get. So the more capital you have, the better. Because we literally watched that contract. Where's that bar chart? Look, it's delayed, but that contract literally went from 2 o'clock at about $62 up to 215 to about $600. So if you own and you have not received the replay class, reach out to me so you can grab it. I will send it to you right now. If you have the replay class, if you did it live or got the replay class, drop a 1. If you don't have it, drop a 2. Oh wow, you're doing great and you ain't even took the class. There's another push up. Again, we wait for that close. We're not going to be too hasty. You need a close above that line. And yes, it's very tight right now. But again, we don't see a direction until we are going to see a complete close that's 68.10. We're on VWAP. We're seeing rejection at VWAP. So we need a close above or a close below to see if there's a reversal or another move to the upside. Hey guys, we're gonna watch this play out, but we've gotten the larger move of the first part of the hour. We're gonna see where we get the second. There's your opportunity. If you got questions to ask me, definitely hop off mute or drop it in the chat. Hmm. Back to work, but this was several. Absolutely, I'll drop the replay in the resource channel. This replay, but Dauntless, if you want the replay, just DM me. You can Cash App or Zelle me the 97. I can send you the replay over if you need that one. But this replay of today's live trading, it'll be in. I'll put it in the resource channel. Anybody else? Y'all good? I'm still watching, so let's look back at contracts. We're still between 68.13, so we'll probably be looking at 68, 68.15, 68.20, no more than 68.25, and that thing is still jumped again. Again, we were looking at 68.10. It's still over 300% if we waited through. It is closing above, so again, I wouldn't go more than that 68.40, and because this thing it might not get a pop. Yeah, I like the first four contracts usually. Again, getting out here and this trade sideways, you're just gonna give your money to the market. It gets very risky, especially at this second half of power hour. So I like to stay closer to the money. That way, if it springs or moves away from me, I'm in a good position. But target now is 68.25. Let's do another paper trade. So I'm gonna go with 68.25 is right on it. 6825 at 235. That's 260, 265. We got resistance in that wick, so 6818. Really wanted to get over that 6818 to push up. The push, but got to struggle. It might make to 245 for that next pop. I think getting a little bit more momentum there. Almost back at break even. Okay, back at entry. Like I said, 6818. And then we can get a pop up. Hopefully, we get that pop up to 6825. We're moving in profit on the paper trade. Can it push over 6819? Nope. Lost 6819. Gotta reclaim 689. Sorry, 6818. All right, up 35 bucks. It hit 300 and pop back down. Got those sellers sitting in there. See that fair value gap? Those sellers are coming back in at the same area. Hey, there we go. Real money this time. Congratulations. Congratulations. I love it. You get that picture. Congratulations. Sitting on VWAP now. Is there still room or opportunity to trade after 240? There could be another part, but it's giving us two moves. So if I hadn't took a trade by now, I'm kind of being very risky because we can get some chop during that last 20 minutes, especially after 2:45 or 3:45 Eastern, because we're seeing the rejection. We know where it's rejecting. It's rejecting getting over that 68.18, and now we're sitting on VWAP. All right, kind of holding. What's our level right here? Trying to hold 68.13, but I think it's about done. Like we might get a crazy prop at 245, but I think it's a done for now. They're building for that last minute move, and I usually have my hand on the trigger. I'm in my position, hand on the trigger. Let's just go hypothetically if we looked at another call for that 68.25 and 145. Oh, giving up. That call is dead. 68.25 lost, I think, $45. And again, this is why I recommend, like, when you're trading end of day, we want to see that complete close. It's no guessing. If it's on the line, there is no trade. And it's on the VWAP line because it could still bounce at 68.10 if we grab that put. If it breaks 68.10, you got 68.10, 68.05, and 6800. But this is where they like to chop and trap people. I'm about to let that premium burn. It's 2:45. We would have wanted to see that last win, and it's got about. Let's go on the 1 minute. Yeah, we wouldn't touch it. It hasn't made up its mind on where it wants to go. Still on the line. We got that little buy order box sitting there, pulling back down a bit. That's about all, folks. We wouldn't be taking a trade this late in the evening. Can it go crazy? It can, but I don't usually grab the play this late. Um, it can be very tricky with a lot of bounces and way too much volatility. If we watch, let's watch those puts move. So 68, well, 460 down to 140. 6,800 was 140. Behind is wicking on that supported line. You said 6,800 was 140. It's up $20. Back down. I guess I could look at my chart, but I'm trying to watch the premium. And that was 140. And we'll drop this to a 1 minute. Again, if we get in this last few minutes and it doesn't move fast enough, you're not going to make any premium. You regain 610. And this is why I don't play this late in the day. We came back down to our support. Look at the premium just bounce around. It was just at 68.10 and popped back up to 68.13. Again, there was no close below that support 68.10. Oh, go to God candle. You're just gonna come in one whole freaking candle after that pullback. After we waited all of these candles and you're able to pop back up in one big candle. Crazy work. What was that? That 68.25. Crazy work. All right, guys. That's about all we got. We're gonna watch these last 3 minutes. No other trades to enter. Y'all got questions? Come off mute. If not, we're gonna wrap this up and see y'all next time. Anybody got questions, comments? Y'all good? You're welcome. More than welcome. All right. See y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.